everybody. What's going on? Sorry, we're a little late. It's busy. It's busy time. It's
we're working.
Yeah, it's busy. Hey, it's what is it? Monday, May the 10th, 2021, 7:16 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. I'm Dave McRae for the VoiceMann Studios in Toronto, Canada. He's Tony Michael in Atlanta, Georgia. Tonight we are watching the original Children of the Corn on episode 111 of Two Dudes is Bullshit. Ladies and gentlemen, we are live! I got it in. I got it right in right at that moment where it goes in there. Episode 111 of Two Dudes and Some Bullshit. Children of the Corn, 1984, the original. I looked up, there's like fucking 10 of these movies. I didn't even know there was, I gotta be honest with you.
Past number one.
I gotta be honest with you. I didn't even know there was a sequel.
Same.
I didn't.
Telling me that. It's just like, huh?
I didn't even know there was a sequel. I like this movie. I've seen it many times. I own it, but I did not know that there was a sequel at all. So apparently there's like 8 sequels or 10 sequels or something. So okay, great.
Did King write more books?
No. It would have just been made up as they go along. But yeah, Children of the Corn, that's what we're watching. Children of the Corn, like Riders in the Storm. We are, if you have the right syllables, you could use that for anything. Tony Michael.
Yeah.
But it works. David McRae. Got to say David, though. You can't go Dave McRae. Well, I guess you could do Dave McRae, but you got to kind of stretch out. Anyway, Children of the Corn, 1984. I'm watching it off YouTube. I have it paused where it says New World Video is where I have it paused. And we're going to watch it tonight, and we're going to give you our thoughts. And, well, you know, how we normally do. This isn't a director's commentary. For those of you that think you want some sort of deep-seated analysis of Children of the Corn, I suggest you watch a director's commentary on that or look up a documentary on the making of the movie. You will not get that here.
Yeah, you know, because we were on set.
That's right. However,
Wait, where are you at? I think we got 2 different versions.
Oh, I'm paused. Where's the movie here? On the screen,
I have Imagine Entertainment.
Oh, for me it says New World Pictures.
Hold on.
Not video, sorry. New World Pictures. Hang on, let me scroll.
I got two bumpers. I got Imagine Entertainment, and then I got
Okay. I'm paused.
New World Pictures. Got it.
Okay. Well, now I'm actually paused in association with right after the New World Pictures. So right where it says in association with. Okay, there we go.
Yeah, I got it.
Okay. All right. Ready to do this, man? Let's do it. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and action.
Mask off.
Here we go. We are rocking it.
Wait, what do you mean, Dave? We're not doing a director's commentary. We know every shot, how it was set up, how the script was written.
Everything.
We did the casting.
Everything.
I think you and I were no more than like 5 or 6 when this movie came out.
84.5. Yep. Yeah, 84. Children of the Corn. But I do like this movie. This movie has one of the freakiest moments I've ever seen in any movie, period. Isn't this hilarious? It's true. Children of the Corn is when Linda Hamilton and her boyfriend, whatever, the guy she's banging, they're driving along the country road, and all of a sudden that guy just like steps out and they hit him, and it's like it's just the way it comes out of fucking nowhere. And it's just so like, whoa, and it's eerie. It's like, what did they hit? You know what I mean? I love it. I love that scene.
You know what I love about this?
Caitlin, Nebraska, 30 years ago.
Nebraska, like everything, like all the establishing shots is like where I live in Georgia. Literally, it just
it kind of does look like that. Yeah.
Minus the cornfields. We have more cotton fields.
Yeah. Yeah, it's busy. It's been, I mean, you were, you know, just got in under the radar here with the show today. And I've been, it's just busy gearing up.
Working. Like literally working.
Yeah, exactly.
Like about 7 o'clock.
Gearing up for the big show. Yeah.
Adam the Woo did a filming locations video. Everything seems relatively the same. I mean, now the filming locations video is like, I don't know how many years ago, but he was able to match up shots very well. And a lot of this small town
with Children of the Corn,
for Children of the Corn, it's still there.
That's cool. Right, this is like prime 80s, 84. Now, this guy here, I forget the actor's name now, but he always played these kinds of roles because, well, he looks weird. Let's be honest. That's why he's cast. I love it, when people go, Dave, don't say that. What do you mean don't say that? Clearly this person was cast because they look the way they do. I hate to say it, but there's a lot of people that look certain ways, and that's why they're cast, and they're always cast, and that is the nature of the business. And whether it's right or wrong, we can debate that. Whether it's nice or not nice, we can debate that. But the fact of the matter is that there are fat, humongous, disgusting, ugly people out there that get cast because they are fat, ugly, humongous, and disgusting. I hate to say it. I'm not saying it's right. It's not nice to say. I'm just saying what everybody knows is true. That's the nature of the business. I mean, if you write a story where you have, hey, we have this fat guy, and and he comes in, well, that's who you go looking for, right? Anyway, people in the past have been like, we can't say that. Yes, that is why this person was cast. Not this guy here. I'm taking it to the extreme again to make a point. However, I have noticed that this guy, I forget his name now. What's his name? Fucking in the movie? Forget his name. He's one of the leader guys, isn't he? He ends up, he also played a weird, eccentric, unusual person in The Burbs too, right? So, I mean, he's always playing those type of weird characters.
Actors sometimes get typecast in those types of roles.
Well, yeah, and they get hired specifically because they have a certain look. And that look can be anything from, Brad Pitt, handsome, Tom Cruise, Daniel Craig, whatever, right? That is a look that some people have. There's another look that some people have, which is weird. I don't know what that right words would be, but, weird looking, not traditionally handsome, it's just the way you look, you know what I mean? And you get cast in roles because you look that way, This
escalated quickly.
This escalated very violently and very fast. Shit just got real.
We're about 2 minutes into the movie and these kids are
this is a hell of an opening.
They didn't waste any time.
Now, is it just me, or do you think the main kid here, what the fuck? God, I should have brought up the... Hang on. Sorry, it's been a while since I've fucking seen this movie. Just give me a second. Just bear with me, Children of the Corn fans, okay? Just bear with me, please. What's his name? Is his name... Isaac. Isaac.
Well, Isaac. You mean the character name? Yeah, the character name is Isaac.
Right.
The red-haired, fluffed out dude is Malachi.
That's right. That's right. Yeah. His name is Courtney Gaines.
The names. I'm like, damn, I don't know any of these kids' names. No.
Courtney Gaines is the guy that plays Malachi, and he's usually cast in those kinds of roles. But that being said, Isaac here, I always found that Isaac, when you look at him, he sort of looks like it could be, and I don't mean this in a negative way. I just mean it's how I've always seen it. I thought that Isaac could have been like a girl as well. I don't know what it is. There's something about, clearly when he starts talking and, he gets into character, you can tell that he's a boy, but there's something about his character. Either he looks like he could be like a girl with short hair, potentially. Not that he has any sort of overtly feminine features. He doesn't. But there was just always that kind of vibe that I got when I was watching this. Or he strikes me, actually, let me see how old he actually is. John Franklin was born in 1959. So that's probably why. I see this, right? Yeah,
he's a lot older than a kid in this movie.
Yes, that's what it is. That's what it is for me. I was just about to say this, that he's actually 25 years old in this movie.
Okay.
Yeah, he's 25. And
playing a kid.
Playing a kid yeah. And so he always struck me as somebody that I could sort of see that. There's a maturity to his look somehow that strikes me that he's not. But then again, I haven't seen this movie in a bit. Maybe he is supposed to be an adult as well. I'm not sure. Frank Riker says 13. Is that how old he's supposed to be? Or are you having a conversation with somebody else that's completely irrelevant to what I'm talking about? If he's supposed to be,
they've been throwing numbers.
Okay. If he's supposed to be 13, if Frank is right, and that's what Frank is talking about, and Isaac is supposed to be 13.
He does look it. I mean,
okay, but there is a level of maturity to him that a 13-year-old just doesn't have.
Mm.
And I've always noticed
I would have
that.
pegged him more like 15, 16-ish.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
Not quite, because he does have some youth to his appearance. Even the way he talks, he's got a very tenor, high-pitched voice.
So what's Linda Hamilton doing here with Michael Bay? I just...
Is that Michael Bay?
No. It kind of looks like him, though.
Yeah,
it kind of looks like Michael Bay.
I got all kinds of confusion for a second there. I'm like, wait, what?
Can you imagine? Now, was this before? Now, this is the same year as Terminator. Was this before Terminator or after Terminator? In terms of the release date. Let me see here. Children of the Corn was released on... Children of the Corn was released on the 9th of March, 1984. I bet you Terminator was after that. So Children of the Corn was probably released.
I could picture Terminator being like either summer or like a late fall.
Yeah. 9th of March, 84. Children of the Corn. It's a good movie, though. I've always really liked it. I didn't know they made like 450 others, though.
I didn't either till you just told me.
I was like, there's like 9 more? What the fuck is going on here? Come on, let's go. Let's go. Come on. Yeah, let's go driving in the cornfields. What's she singing?
The kid who also played Isaac, the only other thing that I know him in, or to be in, is he had a guest role in, do you remember that Michael Landon show in the 80s, Highway to Heaven? Highway to Heaven,
yes. Yes, I do.
Good show with him and Victor French.
That was after Little House on the Prairie.
Little House, yeah.
Yeah.
But he played a homeless kid or young adult, whatever, in Highway to Heaven. It was a really good show. That particular episode.
Yeah.
I will say this: Linda Hamilton in the 80s, 2 thumbs up.
Linda Hamilton? Yeah, she was very attractive. Yep. If that's what you're talking about, yeah. Yeah, she was very pretty. Michael Bay. It's Michael Bay. Okay, it is Michael Bay for the rest of the movie, okay?
Michael Bay.
Because you know how we have like our own little kind of names for people? Like,
that's right. We like to make up names as we go along.
Well, there's Kevin Bacon, and then in Friday the 13th Part 2, it was Kevin Sausage, I think, or something like that. Or was that
I'm going to find a way to connect this movie to Halloween 3 Season of the Witch before we're done.
That's right. That's right.
That's my goal before the end of the night.
That's it. This is Michael Bay right here with Linda Hamilton. He does. He kind of looks like Michael Bay a bit. A little bit. Just a little bit. At a glance. Did you watch the TV show in the 80s, Beauty and the Beast, with Linda Hamilton and Ron Perlman?
I remember it, but I didn't watch it. That was the live action one, right?
It was, yeah. I was a big fan of that. I used to watch that as a kid.
Actually, there's parts of Connecticut that's like this. Country, cornfields. Because we have a lot of cornfields up in Connecticut.
Dude, if you had told me that you were driving in rural Ontario here, I'd believe it. 100%. This looks like up here. I mean, outside of the city, of course.
It's going to be my kind of living in the near future.
Gonna be my kind of living. Yeah.
Nowhere, away from everybody and all the bullshit, and just retire quietly.
Now, what's that book? I know that book that's on the dash.
I know.
I've seen that before.
I've seen it before too.
Yeah. I think it's a Stephen. It looks like a Stephen King book.
Where I would do my photo shoots.
Yes, there's a house in this movie that made me think of that, actually.
It really does.
It does. It does. Shit. Yeah, it totally does. Yeah, there's something creepy about coming in, and this isn't the first time, obviously, that it's been done, but there is something creepy about stumbling upon a town or a city or something that is just nothing but children. Like, there are no adults, It's like, it's creepy. How are you surviving? What's going on? Like, that's weird.
We got to somehow figure out a way to connect this to the Halloween universe so that we can say Isaac has more screen time than Tony Moran in Halloween.
That's right. That's right. You know what's funny?
I don't know how I can pull that off, but...
Do you want to know what's funny? I think Tony Moran's name in the end credits has more screen time than he had in the actual movie. I'm just saying, now I don't know for sure, I haven't timed it, but from the moment his name enters the screen and scrolls up and then disappears, what is the time? If it's like 10 seconds, it might actually be shorter than that. It might actually not be as long as I think it is.
The TV commercial in Halloween 3 Season of the Witch of the original Halloween has more screen time than Tony Moran.
Yes. It's true. It's true. Oh, it's true. Children of the Corn.
I like how this is set in the 80s because the way Linda Hamilton and Michael Bay are dressed, they're dressed like it's the 80s, but I like how the kids are dressed in like kind of an Amish type.
That's right.
Style.
Yeah, it does. I mean? Yeah, it feels very dated, very like an Amish.
And I like that.
Mennonite sort of type area. We have actually a strong, there's a community, where is it? It's
how did I learn about the Mennonites? I learned about the Amish, but I just recently learned about the Mennonites on a TV show.
I think it's we have a community just like maybe an hour and a half west of Toronto, maybe. I'm pretty sure there's a community out there. I've never been out there. I mean, I've been out there, but not to there. But I'm pretty sure there's a community out there.
Oh, you know what show it was? I learned about the Mennonites was, you ever seen that TV show Longmire?
No.
Good show. Really, really good show. It's on Netflix. I didn't watch it when it first came out. I caught it on Netflix. That's where I learned what a Mennonite was.
Cool. Now, is that moment coming here? I think it is. It's one of the freakiest. It's just the way it's cut together, the way they edit it together. It's downright frightening. Like it literally is creepy as hell, the way it's cut together and the way the way it looks when he enters the frame. It's just like, what the fuck? It's creepy as fuck. I think it's coming up here. You can tell they're picking up. Yeah, this is good. I think it's coming.
It must have came out of nowhere, because if you're driving on open roads like that, you should be able to see.
Yeah. Oh yeah, here it comes. He's heading towards the. Yeah, it's just creepy as hell. He's escaping. He's got to get the hell out of there.
I will say the music that's being played over this sounds like it was a made-for-TV movie. It's got that like Sunday night, made-for-TV movie music theme.
Yeah. I know what you mean. Ooh. What's in the briefcase, kid? I didn't even know he was carrying a briefcase. Did he always have a briefcase in his hand? I don't know. Cornfields.
We got some cornfields around me. I should see if I can recruit some youngsters and do a Children of the Corn.
You should. Shoot. That'd be cool.
That'd be fun.
That'd actually be a lot of fun. Here comes what's his face? Ooh. See, that's nice. That's classy. We know what's going on. We don't need to see it. Here it comes. It's coming up in a minute. It's fucking freaky as hell. Look at this guy in his white. Look at the grin on his face.
Before GPS, we had maps.
That's what we had. That's what we did.
Had maps.
We had the map out like that. We had, or those books that were maps, too. They started selling those. He's looking at the map, not paying attention to the road. This is where it's going to happen. There it is. There it is. Just the way that. Oh!
Freaking leveled him.
Is that not freaky or what though? Like he's just standing there with his throat slit. It's like, like that's one of the freakiest images like I've ever seen. It's like, what the hell, man? Oh man.
Well, that kid won't be back for the sequel.
As John Candy said in Planes, Trains, and Automobiles, they don't come back again. Have we watched Planes, Trains yet? I don't think we did.
A couple years ago. Oh yeah,
that's right. We did. That's right. Yeah. Fucking love that.
I think around our Thanksgiving.
Yeah. I think you're right. Fucking love that movie. Yeah, I love that the way they shot that. It was so creepy. And now they're like, what the hell? Because see, he can tell now that. I'm pretty sure he can tell that. Well, the damage that he sustained. Right? Yeah, and he's like, well, the damage that he sustained, we didn't do that.
The car.
Yeah, it's not from the car. He was already like that when we hit him. So what the fuck is going on here? You know what I mean? Looks like Linda Hamilton. I know what she's doing, but it looks like she's sucking on his armpit. It's kind of what it looks like there. It literally does look like that. I mean, who wouldn't want to suck on Michael Bay's armpit? That's what I'm saying. Yeah, exactly. You know, there's always room for that. There's always room for that. Exactly. Super chat from Jamie Visha, $5. Thanks, buddy. Howdy, guys. What do you think about the upcoming remake, and what do you think about the upcoming remake, and why do you think Hollywood does a crappy job adapting King's stories, i.e. The Stand? Well, I've never seen The Stand. I mean, I know about it, but I've never seen it. And I didn't know they were remaking Children of the Corn. So I didn't know that either. That's basically news to me. No, I didn't know that. But no, Stephen King adaptations are usually hit and miss.
They're doing another adaptation of The Stand?
No, I don't know. I
thought they just did one.
Yeah, I think they did.
Right? Wasn't Ewan McGregor in it?
I don't know. Well, that was the sequel to The Shining, but maybe I don't think he did.
Oh, that's right. He was in the Doctor Strange or Doctor Sleep, whatever the hell it's called.
Doctor Sleep Strange.
Doctor Sleep Strange.
Look at him looking out there. He's like, wait a minute. Hey, there's a briefcase. I'm going to go get it. You know, it was a creepier time, too. You know, these kinds of movies were extra creepy because, you know, it was before cell phones. It was obviously before the internet, but before cell phones. It was just
simpler times.
But what's scary about it, too, is that it was easier for the bad people in the world, like your serial killers and, your Dahmers and your Gacy's. It was
you could get away with so much.
You could get away with so much.
Now, forget it. I don't know why people even bother. Well, you're not going to get away with anything today.
I think that's not that serial killers don't exist today, but I think that's part of the reason why we haven't seen sort of an another Dahmer or Gacy or Manson or, whatever it is, sort of like a real infamous sort of case that is like catches on, on the news, and we don't know what's going on. Because, it's more difficult to stay elusive today. I mean, you can track you through your credit cards, and you can track you through your credit cards back then too. But I mean, your credit cards, your debit cards, and your social media footprint. Your cell phone, your text messages, your cell phone pings off towers and things like that. It's very, very difficult to go off the grid today. It's not impossible. It's not impossible.
Well, you'd have to basically be non-social media.
You would have to disengage from life. Like you would have to have a very, very different life. Life is becoming so we are reliant on these tools and these things. And, just 30 years ago, 35 years ago, not that it wasn't, but it and then of course you can imagine 35 years before that, like go back to the 50s, how much easier it was then too. There was no DNA either, right? I mean, there was always DNA, but I mean, in terms of that's kind of creepy. But in terms of the DNA, there was no DNA. Police solved crimes off of, fingerprints.
Wasn't OJ's case the first time they used DNA for a trial?
Maybe. I don't know. That's a good question. I
thought it was.
Maybe. But back years and years ago, like decades ago, they would solve crimes via blood and footprints.
Although it wasn't a serial killer. That was probably the last big murder case that we had. Would have been the OJ. Maybe. Yeah. Trying to think of anything that happened that was significant, that reached,
that level, maybe.
It's.
But yeah,
when did Night Stalker happen? That was in the 80s.
That was 80s. Yeah, that was 80s. But it was one of those things where it was just, like to think back in the 40s, the 50s, the 60s, they solved crimes with, fingerprints, blood. It would be like blood type, not DNA. They would test blood for blood type. You know what I mean? And of course, like, maybe a shoe print or something. And, but like way back, like nowadays, all the security cameras and the DNA and the cell phone pingings and social media, it's next to impossible to, if you do commit crime, to at least stay elusive. You know what I mean? If you go on a crime spree, it won't last as long, because they'll eventually catch it, because they have so many more options now to peg you down. It's crazy. So I guess the point I'm making is that watching movies like this with these kinds of
myself, like, as I get to my 50s, dude, honestly, I could see myself cutting myself off from the world as much as possible, becoming less and less.
Well, I can tell you, if I did
my own little privacy.
Yeah. Oh, for sure. I think more people would like to do that, but I think when I watch these movies, when I hear about these types, when you hear about like stories and things like that from back that time, there's an extra aura of eerie mystique about it. There's an extra aura of very eerie and uncomfortable mystique when we talk about, murders and mysteries and people going missing and all that kind of stuff from that time period, from like the 60s or the 70s or the 80s. There's this, it's like listening to a unsolved, mystery, like watching an episode of Unsolved Mysteries is creepy, no doubt, because of Robert Stack and the theme and all that, sure. But there's something eerie about, I don't know, when somebody
the greatest voiceover person in the world has said, it's mood and atmosphere.
But
I set you up for that one.
But there's a mystique, right? There's just so when I watch these old movies, a lot of these old movies have that mystique about them, and that. And
I also love the grade, the color grade.
Well, that's part of it.
Because obviously it's film. It's either 30. It looks 35 mil. Doesn't look 16.
No, it's 35 for sure.
And I love that, because like I try to do even though my photos are digital, I get close. I really get close to that 35 millimeter look on my pictures. And it's taken me a long time to, hours of just looking at a film and then looking at my pictures and just trying to get like really close to match that up. I mean, it'll never be, because again, unless I shoot it on film, which I'm not going to, because it'll cost me an arm and a leg to do that.
Yeah.
But I love this look. I always will love this look more so than the modern digital look of today's movies. Mm-hmm. This kid's just creepy.
Well, I think it's creepy because he's a man kid.
His hat tonight.
That's what it is. He's creepy because he's a man kid.
Yeah.
He's 25 years old. So he's not quite a man, but he's not quite a kid. Tall. He looks like an alien. He seems like he'd be like from another planet. And I know, I don't mean any disrespect for that, right? Like, I just mean that he's like, if you look at his filmography, and maybe I'm wrong, I stand to be corrected. But if you were to look at his filmography, I bet you he's always played eccentric, unusual,
he did in Highway to Heaven,
type of characters.
Yeah, exactly.
Right? So that's what I mean. So it's because of the way he looks. Yes, that's the business. That's like it or hate it. That's what it is. If you're fat and you're huge, well, you're going to be, generally speaking, you're going to go on auditions and be cast in roles that require fat and huge people. I mean, I hate to say it, but that's what it is. You're not going to be cast as James Bond. You're not going to happen. Although, who knows? Maybe we're going there now. You never know. Maybe we will. Maybe we will. But I'm just saying that's the business of acting. I mean, that's,
That's true.
But anyway, but yeah, no, it's crazy. Intel Wild sends in $5, says, we want Billy. Oh, Billy's coming. He is coming. Not too long now.
Days.
Hard to believe, yet not too long now.
Down to the teens.
Yeah, that's right. We are
this week you'll be in
Friday,
the single digits.
Saturday, Sunday, Monday. We're 18 days away. 18 days away. And we are in the middle of just getting everything ready and organized and we have a bit of a marketing push over these next couple of weeks. So
Love those old radios. Man, I want to get an older car so bad, like an old pickup truck. But the only thing is, you need to have the money to maintain those things because they're going to leak on you. They're going to do everything that those cars did back in the day.
Oh, there's a corn on the cob in it's a
corn cross.
Corn cross. It's a corn on the cob cross. People should just serve that for dinner.
Yeah.
Maybe at church.
I actually have something like that, similar for my harvest setup in the house. Cause what I do, I don't know if you do the same thing, but after Halloween's done, I still keep a lot of my harvest stuff up through Thanksgiving. I don't take it all down. I'll keep some Halloween stuff up, but I really can't. I will decorate like I do for Halloween. Same thing for Thanksgiving. I go hard for Thanksgiving.
Right. I got you.
I'm not a Christmas. Oh, you're the Christmas person.
I like Christmas. Yeah.
You like Christmas. I mean, it's all right. I think if I was involved with someone, my attitude probably would change towards that.
I think Christmas is, the big holiday, generally speaking. It doesn't mean that that there aren't people south of the border that like Christmas over Thanksgiving. I'm not saying that, but I do know that I believe the general consensus is that in the U.S., Thanksgiving is a much bigger holiday than Christmas.
Oh yeah, I love Thanksgiving.
I think
it's in terms 2 on my list.
But in terms of travel too, and how many people are traveling and airlines and things like that, I think Thanksgiving is a really big deal down there in the States. Up here in Canada, Thanksgiving is the second Monday in October instead of the last Thursday in November. And Thanksgiving is okay. It's not that big of a deal up here. I mean, it's we acknowledge it, we celebrate it, but it's nothing big. Up here, Christmas is the big one. Christmas is the one where everybody's traveling to see family and friends, and it's the holiday galore, and yeah, it's the big one up here for sure.
Yeah, if I were to list my favorite holidays, it would go obviously Halloween, then Thanksgiving, then New Year's Eve, into New Year's Day, but more New Year's Eve. I really like New Year's Eve. Then I guess Christmas, but I love the 4th too. I love lighting off fireworks. So I might go the 4th, then Christmas. I don't know. You guys don't do an Independence thing, do you? Well,
we have Canada Day, which is essentially our Independence Day, which is the 1st of July. So it's 3 days before the 4th of July. And it's funny, and I say this too, and I say this because, and there are certain people that don't like when I say this, Canadians, because it's but it's no, but you have to understand the difference, right? Canada didn't fight for their independence. We were given our independence. Okay. We were given, but it's true. That's the reality of it, right? So, we don't celebrate an Independence Day because we didn't fight for independence. Now, whether you want to go back into history and whether it's right or wrong and talk about colonialism and the natives and how they were lied to and they were tricked and all that, okay, you can have that conversation. But the fact of the matter is that, America became America because they won the war, and that's what, and again, I know there are people that can, whatever, but Canada was a British colony, and we were essentially Britain for all intents and purposes, and then we became our own country in 1867. I think it was 1867, if I'm not mistaken, was when we gained our independence, when Britain basically said, all right, there you go. Why in a Southern accent, I don't know, but that's what they did. And away we go. So we have Canada Day, which is July 1st, where we celebrate Canada and all the wonderful things it is to be.
Oh, so you guys celebrate just a couple days before us.
Yeah, that's what I said. Okay, yeah. The 1st of July. It is Canada Day. Think of it as Canada's Independence Day, but it's not Independence Day. But we have all the same stuff. We have, it's a long weekend. We have the barbecues. We got the fireworks. Yeah, I got the fireworks. People, if you live in Ottawa, you go down to Parliament Hill and you watch the fireworks over the Parliament buildings or wherever you live.
It's different in the South. In the South, we have fireworks, but we have firework competitions in the neighborhood because we have the distribution centers all around us. Oh yeah, south of the border. Yep. And a few other hot spots on the Georgia-South Carolina borderline. And let me tell you, especially our neighborhood, it is a competition, hardcore. We get into it and we're out there for 2 hours lighting this shit off. And it's great because we have access to all this stuff. So
yeah, they sell them.
I can't remember the last time I actually went physically to a show because there's just no need to, because everybody in our hood or neighborhood is fucking putting on a show itself.
Yeah, there's people up here that do that too. Like you can buy personal fireworks.
And it's like serious arsenal. It's not like these like little like
no,
we're washing off like some serious shit.
No, I understand. There's a couple of parks that you can go to and you just watch people light off fucking huge fireworks. But yeah, anyway, the point is, yeah, it's independent, or Canada Day is the 1st of July. The timestamp, by the way, is 32 minutes and 40 seconds in. We got the garage guy here who looks like he should be killed, and Michael Myers should take his, actually kind of looks like the coveralls from Halloween 6.
A little bit.
Where's Michael Myers when you need him?
I'm loving the time lapses that they put in this film too. And believe me, back in the 80s, that wasn't as easy to do like they can do today.
Yeah. Well, yeah,
I mean,
exactly.
They manually had to put those together, image by image by image. Yeah. So it's cool that they did a couple of those. I always love it when they throw time lapses in movies.
Think of it like, yeah, I know.
Loving that old Chevy truck that he's working on.
Yeah, yeah. What is that? A piece of corn on the cob?
Yeah.
No,
no, bloody. The dog.
Oh, the dog. I thought it was a woman's underwear for a minute.
Oh
no, and I didn't mean it like that because there's blood on it. That's no. Hang on.
Too late.
Hang on. It's too late. People in the chat room are now going there because you all are sick-minded. I meant it in a more innocent way, in the sense of that when he picked it up, it looked feminine. So I thought, oh, is that like nothing to do with the blood correlation? It was just the way the garment looked. That's what I thought at first. I was like, oh, is that something like, you know what I mean? But it's not. But no, you're right. It's the dog. This is Michael Myers right here.
Yep.
No, this is Billy. This is Billy. This is how he is now. This is where he is.
There's the shape.
Out. Yeah.
Standing there in the doorway.
Yeah, he's just hanging out. The shape. Come on, you damn son of a bitch. Get on over here. Get up. Get it now. Come on. Get it. Get
her done.
Get her done. Ooh, now it's the hook from I Know What You Did Last Summer. I know what you did 40 summers ago. So why are they killing this guy again? I can't remember.
They just hate adults.
Oh, right. Okay. I thought maybe
I don't know, because God is telling them to do it or something.
Yeah, I thought they needed something. I like that knife, though. It's a great knife. It's almost like the Halloween poster knife. Just a little bit. Not quite, but similar. Oh, a kill off screen.
Now, I'd like to know why they got off the main road and went on the dirt road.
Sorry, what'd you say?
I don't know why they got off the main road. Now they're on a dirt road.
Yeah, why? Maybe they're looking for a place to bang or something. I don't know. But the one thing that I really like about Children of the Corn is the sense of isolation, the sense of being lost which was very possible back in the day. It's still possible now, depending on how far out. It's still possible, but you see, you hit the nail on the head.
GPS.
Back at this time, it's not like you had a cell phone in the car. You couldn't make a phone call. You couldn't find out where you were. You literally were relying on the map and just your natural sense of direction. And of course it wasn't difficult, and you didn't think it was, hard or anything, because it was just the norm. It's like all the wonderful things that are going to be incredible in our world, technologically speaking, 30 years from now, that we don't even know exists. We're not missing at this moment. We don't care. It doesn't affect, like I was, who was it? Was it one of my friend's kids, I think, asked, because they're only like 10 or whatever, 12, 12, whatever. And they were like, oh my God, how did you survive without cell phones? And I was like, well, we weren't any of the wiser. Like, it's not like we knew cell phones existed, but we just couldn't have them.
About like the Zach Morris cell phones and shit from back in the day.
But they were talking about like, you know, smartphones, right? And having everything at your fingertips and stuff.
Yeah.
And it's just that thing where it's like, but we weren't any of the wiser. What you don't know exists. If you don't know it exists, you don't miss it. You know, you just live life normally. So all through the 80s and pretty much all of the 90s, when we were, you know, teenagers, I mean, you know, we would, if we had to make a phone call, we would like, hey, let's go make a phone call. Okay. So what do we have to do? We got to go find a payphone. But it wasn't like, oh, we got to go find a payphone. No, it's just, we got to go find a payphone. It was just normal. It was just normal. You know what I mean? It is what it is. But you're right, Tony. Back then at this time, I mean, it was a much more difficult. There's a lot of sort of, see, doesn't he kind of look like he could be a woman with short hair?
A little bit.
Don't you think? Chat room, am I crazy here, or does Isaac look like, not the way he sounds, but just the way he looks? If somebody said to you he was a female, like I totally would buy it. To me, anyway. To me. It's not a knock. I'm just saying that's just the way it looks. But this is definitely a cult. This is a cult environment happening right here, and he is the
this
leader.
Is like hardcore
indoctrination.
Westboro Baptist stuff.
Yes, exactly. Look at these kids with their tools and stuff. And then of course you always have the renegades. You know, you always have the rebels, I should say. You always have the rebels, you know? And yeah. The rebels that go against the order. You always have the leader and then the second in charge, which is this guy here, which is Malachi. He's second in charge. But he really wants to be first in charge, you see. I think that's what it really comes down to, is that at the end of the day, he's like, no, I want to... He wants to... It's like Darth Vader and the Emperor or something. What's hilarious is that any one of those people could literally kill this kid. And that's what's so fascinating about being manipulated psychologically, is that really at the end of the day, if you wanted any one of those, well, maybe not any but one, but like most of the older ones, certainly Malachi could literally kill Isaac if he wanted to. He's much bigger, he's stronger, he could take him, he could kill him, no problem. But sure. But the emotional and the psychological manipulation that actually does happen in real cults. You know, that's why sometimes you're like, why is this leader so small or tiny, or you have all these other people that could literally, but it's the the charismatic nature of you know, yeah, I mean, look at Charles Manson. Manson was like 5'2", man. Manson was 5'2".
And he had a lot of power over his people.
I'm sure I'm sure even the women that he, you know, indoctrinated could have, you know, beat the shit out of Manson.
The women he banged?
All the women he banged, that's right. All at once.
He banged a lot of women.
He banged a lot of women. Do you want to know something though? And I say this, and I got to give credit where credit's due though. Have you heard Charles Manson's music? Like his songs?
No. I know he did some stuff with the Beach Boys, right?
Dude, he's a great singer. Like I hate to, it's true. He's a great singer. I've listened to a couple of his old tracks. He's fantastic. If I played it for you and you didn't know it was, you know, Charles Manson, nobody would be like, oh, that sounds like Charles. No, it sounds like just like a 60s, you know, like folk kind of, he sounds great. Hate to say it, but he sounds great. He had a lot of talent. And he wanted to become, I think he was trying to get in with the Beach Boys or something, and they thought he was too fucking weird and didn't want to have anything to do with them.
Jeez, I can't imagine why.
Yeah, exactly. You know what I mean? So, and then of course he, you know, but he was very, very talented. Very talented.
Oh, there's a meat cleaver.
Oh, he's making a call on the payphone. He's like, oh, fuck, gotta use this damn payphone here. Gotta sound like this.
A couple of Michael Myers shots that I'm going to do with a meat cleaver. Some ideas that I'm working out. Just to give Mikey a new toy to play with.
Okay, that rat
just having the knife.
That'd be cool, dude. I'd like to see that. And this rat looks too clean, like it came from a pet store.
Well, the rat came from Friday the 13th cartoon. It's Genie's rat.
Oh, that's right. I thought that was a mouse.
Bed.
Was
it
that a mouse
its
or a
way
rat?
all the way over here. Well, it grew up to be a rat.
Okay, yeah. Fair enough.
Started off as a mouse, but grew up to be a rat.
Who would buy a yellow car like that? Well, my dad had one. My dad had a yellow Lincoln like that. Like a big boat like that. Had 8-track tape and
my dad had a brown boat like that.
Yeah. That was just what it was in
everything was a boat in the 80s.
Everything was a boat. It's like get the all new 1986 Oldsmobile.
But they ran. The only thing is they leaked. Everything leaked, but they ran. And you could fix it yourself. That's the other cool part about these cars.
It's back in the
now
day.
I couldn't freaking figure out for the life of me under my hood. I couldn't tell you where anything is.
Back in the day when cars actually had hubcaps.
Yes, it's true.
Cars don't have hubcaps anymore.
No,
they have rims.
Stealing them.
That's right. I remember parked on the side of the road in the late 80s, early 90s in my dad's car. I was waiting in the car. My dad left to go get something, and 2 guys came up and took our hubcaps. This is downtown Toronto.
Were you giving him directions?
No, I was just sitting in the car. I was like
where red tip is.
I was like a 9-year-old. I'm sitting in the car, and these 2 guys come up and they kneel down and they start taking off the hubcaps.
Is that the line? I can't remember the line.
I forget.
In Vacation.
It's something like that. Yeah, but it was it was like that. And I'm like, what is going on? Then my dad came back. I was like, Dad, there was somebody taking off hubcaps. So he got out and he looked, and there were hubcaps that were on the car. I don't know if they took them off and exchanged them, or I don't know. I can't remember. This is like 30-something years ago, but I'll never forget that. It was funny. Now, this house looks like a house like from your area.
Yeah.
Like it literally, with some of the photos you've posted to Instagram, I'm like, dude, you could literally do a Children of the Corn photo shoot.
Oh, easily.
Easily.
Yeah.
Easily. That
it's
maybe.
Got to find the right kids to do it.
It's got to find the right kids and maybe get a Michael Bay lookalike, get a Linda Hamilton.
That might be a little bit tough, but I could probably get a kid, an Isaac kid, and a Malachi kid. That and then maybe get a couple of young kids to dress in that Amish type, look.
Yeah.
The key thing really is to get a good Isaac and a good Malachi.
Right.
If I can get those 2, then the rest is I can just piece together.
Gotcha. I gotcha. Yeah. Love the light coming in, the soft light coming in through the
soft, dreamy.
Yeah. That's external light for sure. That they have a light out there.
You don't see many movies doing that anymore. That soft, dreamy look.
Mm-hmm.
I always created a nice little haze.
Yeah, I think we have a little bit of that in It's Me, Billy. I think. Gotta go back and look. Oh, the phone is dead.
We had a phone like that, a black one with the rotary.
Yep. What happened in here? I don't know.
I think this was where the kids are hanging out. The ones that are not really part of the cult.
Yeah, I think you are correct. They should just have sex. It's just be a sex scene. Right there, right now.
Right in the abandoned house.
Right on that couch.
Exactly.
Right there, like full on. No, like, you're 17 trying to avoid your parents. No, full on.
Hardcore.
It's an awkward scene. All of a sudden you're like, what the hell's going on here? Why is this even in the movie? But this is great. Camera's probably handheld there. Nice little movement. It's creepy stuff. Children of the Corn. Okay, cool.
Oh, you can hear a heartbeat. I thought I was like maybe me, like I'm like reaching to the.
There's a heartbeat?
Delirious. Maybe it is me. Maybe I'm like hitting that wall and I'm like way past tired.
Maybe.
No, I hear a heartbeat.
You have a heartbeat? Hang on a second. I gotta turn this up a little bit. Yeah, there's a heartbeat.
Okay.
Yeah.
I thought it was mine for a minute. I was like, man, am I really that tired?
He
I am
who
tired.
walks. He who walks. I gotta get a picture of Michael Bay. 1 second here.
Cute jump scare.
It's a cute
Del Shannon, Runaway.
Scare.
Good tune. As I walk around, I wonder. I always thought like that song Del Shannon Runaway that's playing in this kid's room right now.
It's a great tune.
If you slow it down and put an echo reverb over it in a horror film, it would sound creepy as fuck.
You know what, dude? You are correct. That would sound very creepy.
In the right type of horror flick, you know what I mean?
Yep. Okay, so I'm bringing up Michael Bay onto the screen here. Now, I want the chat room to see what I'm talking about. Now, when you look at this guy in the movie, you know, I think that there's a strong resemblance. This could be, it's not Michael Bay, folks. I'm just being a dink, but you know, I'm just saying there's a resemblance there. See what I'm saying?
It's Michael Bay's long lost brother.
But it's Michael Bay a lot younger. There's Michael Bay on the screen. It's Michael Bay a lot younger. See what I'm saying, Tony? That's all.
Could be his long lost brother.
Could be his long lost brother. They have the same bone structure. Yeah. I'm just saying. I think. Oh, hang on a sec. Where are we here?
I have this record. I have the vinyl of it.
Yes, exactly.
The Del Shannon, not the 45 that she's playing. I have the full vinyl.
Yeah, they're
all dead.
These are the kids that don't want to be, don't have it. And telling you, there's always people that are like that go against the grain, fight for justice. This guy just wants explosions because he's Michael Bay. When was the first time you watched this movie? When you were a kid?
Oh, yeah. I mean, in the early... might have been in the late 80s. If it's not the late 80s, because I was starting to watch horror films at such a young age. If not late 80s, definitely like 90, 91, somewhere in that time frame.
Right.
Plus, it was on TV too a lot back in the day. I remember watching this with my grandfather one Sunday night. I loved watching horror movies with that dude. He was fun to watch.
That's cool. That's cool that you had that kind of relationship with him. That's really awesome.
Yeah, I mean, it wasn't just Friday the 13th. It'd be like Children of the Corn, you know, whatever. You know what I mean? Like he just was into it like I was, and it was just a cool connection to have, you know. You don't see that with too many family relatives to have, you know.
Well, especially a grandfather. I mean,
a grandfather, right? You know what I mean? Of all people.
Yeah, like what year would your grandfather would have been born?
Good question.
Curious.
I want to say he died in 2011.
Do you know how old he was when he died?
87. So what is that?
Okay, 87, 2011. So
1924.
1924.
Yeah, it was either 24 or 25. I have to double check with my mom.
Okay. But that's really cool that your grandfather would watch those with you, because my grandparents were about the same age. And they weren't into that stuff at all.
Oh, well, yeah, most people, you know,
of that era aren't.
Yeah, that era are not. But my grandfather was really into, you know, the Dracula, Frankenstein.
Right.
The monster movies of his time when he was young. You know, the
Right.
sci-fi 50 movies and stuff like that. Like, you know,
That's
I
cool.
remember seeing The Blob with him for the first time. That's how I saw The Blob anyways for the first time.
Yeah.
Yeah, I saw a lot of good classic horror films with him.
See that house right there? That looks like a house that would be in your area.
Yeah, it looks like I could go and buy a house like that right now if I wanted to. That's abandoned currently.
Yeah, like I've seen photos that you post that look like that. Area. It's a great house. Now they've come for the children. You are all going to die.
He was really big time into horror films. He was a huge Halloween fan back in the day, like the original, like you are. So I had that as well.
That's
too. Cool. But my grandfather was into it a little bit more.
Gotcha. I'm going to.
But my uncle introduced me to like movies like Meat Cleaver Massacre.
Ooh, you know? Meat Cleaver Massacre.
Yeah, some crazy B title films.
Do you want to watch a terrible B independent movie?
No such thing as terrible.
Watch.
It's all fun.
Watch Motorhome Massacre.
That sounds like a good movie. I haven't seen that. Motorhome Massacre.
Terrible.
God, there's so many horror films.
Terrible.
I'm telling you, there's going to get to a point where I'm going to be, when I get older here, and I'm just going to cut myself off from civilization. I'm just going to watch horror movies every day. That's it. The movies that I've never seen. You
should just move into the middle of fucking nowhere, build a house like this, and turn your entire house into a horror shrine where you have a home theater. And I'll come over.
Well, except you can't.
I'll come over.
Limited audience.
We'll hang out. We'll watch horror movies. We'll order pizza. We'll get munchies, and we'll just. That's it.
That's it.
That's what we'll do.
No more social media.
No.
Goodbye, world.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah.
So long.
Yeah. We'll just get we'll put on like 200 pounds.
Get super fat.
Super disgusting.
Yeah. That's perfect for me.
Why not?
Fuck it.
Let's do it.
Chester, I know you've been asking me this question a lot tonight. Which do I like more, the score of Halloween 3 or 2? I like Halloween 2 better. I mean, 3 is a good score too, but I like 2 better. Oh, there's the old classic. That's like the Jesus that I've seen everywhere, like in my house growing up, like my grandparents' house, my father's parents, that old like painting, like
yes,
Jesus, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Look at that light bellowing in through the window. Obviously it's supposed to be sunlight. There is an external light out there, but it's nice. It's a nice effect.
Oh yeah. I wonder if they shot this at night.
It's possible.
To create the effect
that possible.
The daylight wasn't giving them.
Yeah, it's entirely possible.
Sometimes you can tell if they've shot it at night.
Sometimes. Could be during the day too.
I'd like to see that other room. I bet it was shot at night because they lit up the other window the same way. And that room is lit up the same way. This is obviously daylight. This is regular daylight.
Mm-hmm. But even in regular daylight, they might use external light to complement it.
Sure.
Look at that carpet. Oh, Malachi has arrived. She literally looks like Linda Hamilton in this. I mean, Linda Hamilton. Sarah Connor. She looks like Linda Hamilton.
Say, well, she kind of is Linda Hamilton.
I'm just saying, she kind of looks like Linda Hamilton. Get the adult. Well, now hang on a second, though.
This dude just looks like he needs to take a serious shit.
He does. He needs to take. He's a big, gigantic shit. But and Children of the Corn enthusiasts and aficionados out there can help me because again, I'm not an expert on this film, although I really do enjoy it. I think it's a great movie.
Little shining moment there.
Little shining. Do the kids not understand that they actually will grow up to be adults? Or how does that not?
I don't know if they figured that part out yet.
Or do they know that? Is that part of the story? And yet, like, do they not know that in like 5 years, these guys will all be?
I don't know. I have the book somewhere.
I like this though. It's a scary thing. Poor, yeah, that's great.
It's behind me. It might be over there.
The girl's little hands. It's so cute. Come on, Michael Bay.
Figure it out, Michael.
Now this is at night too. They just lit up the whole street. No. Can you imagine?
Exactly, in the sky.
Holy shit. Oh yeah. They just put a big
That's
crazy what they did. It's crazy what they did. Yeah. There it is. Michael Myers and his family. Yes. The white collared shirt, the jeans, and the white running shoes.
Oh.
Jerry Seinfeld.
says that they're willing to accept that they will be sacrificed when they come of age.
They're willing to, all of them will be sacrificed. Everyone,
which means at some point, if they don't reproduce, they're just going to die out.
Wow, it's a short life.
It's a very short life.
This girl's so cute. She's such a trooper. She did a good job.
She did. Oh, there's this dude.
Yeah, let's sacrifice her. Midsommar Part 2. No.
Malachi, that's such a cool name.
Look at this guy. He's like he's not a kid, but he's not a man. He's like a weird like 12-inch G.I. Joe action figure.
Back in the day when I remember that song we used to play on the radio station by Britney Spears, I'm not a girl, but not yet a woman.
I'm not a girl.
Yeah, that's Isaac.
Not yet a woman.
I'm not a boy, but I'm not yet a man.
Well, but yeah, now Isaac, I don't know what he obviously, it's clear there's got to be some sort of
thing,
not issue, but some sort of growth thing or something, because he looks a certain way. Right. So, again, not knocking it, just, and maybe I'm wrong, but that's the impression I get. And I always, as I said, from a very young age, I always remember thinking he doesn't look like a kid, but he looks like he could be a woman too. With short hair. Why is this guy spending so much time?
Trying to figure, because the girl won't tell him where she is. He's trying to figure out where Linda Hamilton is, or the girl who looks like. He starts
shaking her violently and like starts throwing her.
The girl that looks like Linda Hamilton.
He picks her up and throws her through the wall. It's like, holy shit! She goes through the wall. It's like, oh my god!
Child abuse.
Yeah, it's like, what the hell? He starts calling her out her real name, Linda. Linda Hamilton!
You look like her.
Vicky! Just wanted to make sure her name. Vicky and Bert. Bert.
It is a cool, simple effect how they got the
name's Bert.
Corn to, I mean, it's a simple effect. It's not hard.
No. But you're right.
Practical.
Yep. I got that in my head now. I'm not a girl. Not yet a girl. Or I guess if it's Britney Spears, it's more nasally sounding, but they're lifting her up. That's right. Yeah. Come on. Let's sacrifice her. Look at this. Look at these. God.
Linda Hamilton's gone Jesus mode now.
Yep. She's all Jesus. This is like the Burning Man, but this is the Burning Hamilton right here. The Burning Vic. That's what's going to happen. No, hang on a sec. Why are the cops' clothes not burned? I guess they are a little bit. But I would have just had like more of shred, unless they put it on after the fact.
Damn, this would be cool to recreate. To make a cross out of a
ideas are flowing through.
Flowing through me to do a children's.
There's the Friday the 13th Part 2 pitchfork.
I have that right over there.
Yeah, they made
there's a lot of shit that I have that
I want a knife where the corn where the handle is a corn on the cob. The handle of that knife is corn on the cob.
What's he doing?
I don't know, but I want that fucking painting.
You can clearly see that he's not cutting himself. No. It's just being painted on.
But I want that painting.
What, the corn painting. Jesus?
Well, there was one there that was really weird. Writing in blood. Come on, Bert. His name's Bert. Oh, that's a what is it? The pentagram on his chest. See, this is what I'm saying. This kid is like Bert is no match. Bert's gonna kick the fucking shit out of these kids. Bert is gonna kick the crap out of the. If it wasn't for their weapons, Bert would kick the shit out of these kids. Michael Bay, excuse me. I gotta say Michael Bay. It's Michael Bay.
It's the 80s. Smacker, shut her up.
Frank says 28, 29. What are these numbers, Frank? I see you
30, 31, 32.
I don't know what he's doing.
Teaching people how to count.
Well, hey, you know what?
Everybody needs a hobby.
2, Brrr, 9. Brrr. Remember that? The two-headed monster? They have like
Malachi had a
word
cameo in Halloween, in Rob Zombie's first Halloween. Which character was he?
Malachi had a cameo in 07 Halloween. He might have.
Rob Zombie's the first one.
He might have. And let me guess, he was probably playing somebody fucking weird. That's just what that, you know, when you look like that, that's what you get cast to do. Oh, stay back, you pieces of shit. Stay back. This guy's not even a kid.
Damn. So they only live to be 19?
Wow. Oh! That looked like full on almost heart area. Actually, no, it was on his on his right side. Yeah, you're right.
Yeah.
Well, your heart's kind of in the middle, but yeah, I know you're right. You're right. But I want that he's running like Michael J. Fox does in Back to the Future. He's running like an 80s guy runs.
Yeah.
I want that knife because it's got a corn on the cob handle. That's pretty cool. Oh, yes, they're all coming now. See, now this could pose a problem. Obviously, you got a bunch of younger guys. That looked like that was a hell of a trip. They're going after him. Would it be great if he had a machine gun?
It started going off
and unleashed fear, like Arnold Schwarzenegger. Arnold Schwarzenegger in Commando. No. Jesse Ventura in Predator with that big gun. You know, that one that like spins around. He's like that whole
exactly. And he turns around. He's like, I ain't got time to bleed.
Exactly. That's exactly it. 100%. That's right. Yeah, come on. That's right.
Kick their ass.
When you son of a bitch, you want to go? Let's go. Yeah, there's something creepy about coming across an abandoned town where there's just children. And I guess they just eat corn all the time?
No, the corn is dead.
The corn is dead. So what do they eat? How do they survive?
That's a good question. That is a good question.
What do they wipe their asses with?
Well, they got abandoned houses and plumbing and stuff.
Well, that's true. That is true. But eventually,
if you're not maintaining.
And how does the area not know? I'm overthinking this.
Very much so.
How do the state not know about this town? Or does the town even exist? And
You're overthinking it.
Is it like the movie In the Mouth of Madness, where it crosses over into like a different dimension? I like that kind of stuff.
Let's just pretend that the state just doesn't know.
Well, it could be that
they are unaware.
They are underwear.
This dude with his flowing red hair.
Now, I can't remember. What's Frank counting? How many times I say something? Maybe it's how many times I say something. Or how many times somebody says something. Frank, what are you counting? He's up to 30 and now 33. 28, 29, 30, 33. What are you counting, Frank? Let us in. I feel left out. That didn't even look remotely real, but it was
the run into the
run into the pole, but it was funny though. Like I love it. That's great. I think Malachi dies, right, in this movie. So I think they all die. Right? Yeah, I think so.
Not all, but you know.
Yeah, something like that. I don't know.
Job. Damn, these kids got some hardcore Old Testament names, man.
Oh yeah.
Well, I told you that like last week. If I could have a biblical name, Malachi would be the name I'd want.
Yes.
It's just a dark, hard, creepy name.
Yeah.
Fits my personality.
Yeah, exactly. That's it.
You and I had the same idea.
I don't know what the fuck they're doing.
I don't know either, so I'm just throwing down numbers.
I have no idea. But have fun. Oh, there goes that fucking light again. Fuck. Come on! This guy's name is Bert. This guy's name is Bert. Come on.
Come on.
Sit down. Get down. This needed ID. It goes all like Arnold Schwarzenegger Total Recall. There's a great slap in Total Recall. Total Recall's a good movie. That's a movie we should do one night.
Oh, absolutely.
We
got to do Predator first.
Yes. Stick
around. We got to
around.
do Predator soon. Maybe in June.
Stick around.
Come back from our break.
That's it. Yep, that's right. Look at this. I swear to God, this looks like a vice principal of your high school right here. Mrs. Isaac. This is the vice principal, Mrs. Isaac.
Dude is short, though. If he's 25, he is short.
Well, how tall is what's his face?
This guy is not that tall. You know what I mean? He's probably an average height.
He's 6'9". No. See, he's freaking out. He totally could take down Isaac. That's what I'm talking about.
Oops, I'm blue now. Oh, no, I'm back.
Oh, you're back. Oh, yeah, I don't know what happened there.
Laura Burns. Laura Burns is back.
Laura Burns is back.
She's back.
This really does. I'm telling you, this is. Yeah, see, he's got. It's all about being in a
camera
cult.
Angles could be playing a factor too to make this kid look like a kid.
Oh no, it's true. But the thing is that being in a cult is all about, brainwashing. I mean, it's about psychological manipulation, being brainwashed, and very, very rarely do cult leaders.
They turned on him.
Yeah, and very rarely do cult leaders possess necessarily a physical advantage over the people that they are manipulating. It's much different than that. It goes much deeper than that. So Linda Hamilton goes from this into Terminator. She's so young here. Yeah. How old is she? Hey, Google, how old is Linda Hamilton?
64 years old.
I guess I could have asked. Okay, so she's 64. Okay, so, 10, 20, 30, 34, 3, 2, 1, 39, 22. So she's like 27 here. 27 or 28, somewhere around there.
She looks good.
Oh yeah, she's young. She looks a little rough now. Bert. Don't they adopt these two kids at the end of the movie or something? Like they take them or something? Or they take them with them, I think, or something like that. It's something like that. This little girl she literally looks like she's in a cult. The long blonde hair and the dress and everything it does, it looks like something, that you'd see in like a extremist Christian cult or something. The way he's moving, it's like
I know. Poor Isaac.
I'm telling you, it's Mrs. Isaac, the vice principal of your school. I don't mean any disrespect to the actor. It's just in this movie. This movie, I've always thought that. Community State Bank. Nobody knows about this place. Have you ever been to a ghost town, like a legit town that's been like
There's a
abandoned?
few towns in my area that are
Yeah?
like this.
That's pretty
yeah.
fucking cool, man.
It's cool, but it's also just weird.
Yeah,
You know what
I know,
mean?
I
Like,
bet.
Like, what the hell happened? How did it get like this? You know what I mean?
Any crazy urban legends about the towns? Any like stories?
No,
or-
I mean, I think most of it is just, you know, people can't afford to keep the shops open and, you know, people couldn't afford to live there anymore. People, you know, moving closer to civilization.
Mm,
Combination of those factors, the economy
I got you.
over time. Not many in Georgia, but there are a few. There's a couple in South Carolina as well too that are like that. There's a shit ton out in Texas and like Oklahoma. You go out in
Yeah.
that like central part of the United States. Oh yeah, there's a lot of what's his name? Jason Lee, the actor. He's
Mhm,
also a
mhm.
photographer. He photographs a lot of those like abandoned towns and shit.
Mm. Somebody get Mrs. Isaac down.
Oh, that's my dog barking.
Yeah. Aw, Xena. How is your dog? How is Xena?
She's good.
That's good. She's like, Dad, come here.
Nah, it's just an animal probably out in the backyard.
Or maybe the children of the corn have
Children of the
surrounded your
Corn.
house.
Surrounded my house and come to start some shit.
Yep. I bet you that's what's happened here, folks. Children
Isaac
of
looking
the
pretty
corn-
scared right now.
Yeah. Well, he's.
No, it happened again. Now I'm blued out.
No, you're back. You'll be back.
I'm
You'll be
back.
back. You'll be back.
God damn it, Laura, leave us alone.
I don't know why it does that. It's weird. What the fuck is that under the ground? I can't even remember this part.
It's their god that
tremors.
they're worshiping.
Oh, I thought it was. This was the prequel to Tremors for a moment here. I was like, what the heck? God, I bet Isaac's dressed nice though. You know, he's dressed for the occasion. Is what it is. Ooh, look at those 84 effects. Attack of the YouTube compression.
Some crazy 80 effects going on there.
That's
man.
awesome. That's great. I love this. Look at that.
Boy, that's a fucking scream.
Yep. That was awesome. Oh! That's right. Yeah, you're nothing without your tools. You're nothing without your tools. What you gonna do now? Yeah, he's giving his speech. He's trying to bring them over. He's trying to deprogram them. It's not going to work. Look at these homely looking women. Well, it's true. I mean, that's why they were come on, right? That's why they were cast. Let's be honest. I don't mean that as a slight. I you know, they all look like they, you know, even the guys look the same way. It's part of the look, I guess. You don't usually see models and cults. I'm sure I'll get nasty emails over those comments. You can write to me at Dave McRae, P.O. Box. I want him taken off the air. That's what happened way back in the day when you had that kind of thing. He's beating the shit out of this child. No, he's not a child.
Smacking him around.
He's smacking him around, yeah.
Child.
Well, yeah, and that's what you got to do. I mean, it's like...
Knock some sense into these kids.
You know, like you can't... Oh, I like the natural breath. You see the breath, the mist. It's good stuff. Must be chilly. Oh, yeah, no, that's right. He threw it over there. He didn't kill him. He should have killed him. Yeah, he's like, fine. I've said my piece.
Oh, shit.
Yes.
The return of Isaac.
The return of Isaac. That's great. Almost like here it comes. He looks more like a child here in this makeup than he did before. Doesn't he look more like a kid now? He actually looks more like a kid than he did before. Ironically enough. The strength. He must possess like some serious kick-ass strength. Mm. There's a storm coming. It's Twister. It's the beginning of Twister, 1996. That's Helen Hunt right there. That's Helen Hunt.
Now we're tying in Twister.
That's it. I'm telling you, that's what it is. What are you eating there, Tony?
He who walks behind the rose.
Are you eating yogurt?
Not rose, robes.
Robes. Are you eating yogurt?
Peanut butter.
Peanut butter.
Low protein.
Natural peanut butter or?
Jif.
Jif. Oh, Jif's good peanut butter. Jif is good peanut butter. Yes.
Boy, this is a very religious movie.
Yeah, there's a lot of that subtext. No, it's not even subtext, really. It's there's a lot of that.
Right.
It's there. Yeah. Oh, for sure. But, you know, anytime that you're going to deal with a cult, and there are many different types of cults. Not all cults are religious cults, but the stereotype.
Not all cults are bad cults, too.
And that's true. They usually wouldn't be called
like the
cult
Branch
then.
Davidians out in Waco. The more I'm finding out about them, they weren't so bad.
Oh, I see what you're saying.
Government fucking screwed them over.
But certainly when you hear the term cult, it has an association usually with religion.
See, I don't know if I would put the Waco group as cults, though, because they were just a group of people that chose to want to live off the grid. You know what I mean? Like, and who am I to say that they can't do that? You know, like and who am I to judge if they want to do that? It's not up to me. If these people were happy and content with their life, they should have just been left alone. But
and then
Big Brother had different plans on that one.
And then there's the Westboro Baptist Church.
That's different. Those people are
no, I know,
nuts.
I know. That's my point.
No, I mean they are. Those people are fucking nuts.
Oh, I know. That's why I said that. I know, 100%. I know.
I've ran into a few of those. Like, they're worse. Look, I will take on Jehovah Witnesses before I take those people on. And that says a lot. Westboro Baptist people, man, they're freaking Looney Tunes.
Yeah, they are. Yeah. Phelps, right? Was the leader? Fred Phelps or something?
Yeah.
I think he's dead now, but his daughter's like the main one now. They're the ones, folks, if you don't know, that like protest at funerals and telling people that, you know, people who are gay are evil and bad, and they have those signs out on the sidewalks and stuff.
Ball, that's exactly what it is. Waco it was just it's just odd, but hey, I mean, if that's how those people chose to live, then who are we to fucking say they can't, you know? That was just fucking wrong, what they did to those people. That was way wrong.
Oh, the corn has come alive. Oh, it slapped him in the face. It's literally coming alive.
Literally coming alive.
Like literally it is alive, attacking Michael Bay. People just tuning in, they're like, Michael Bay's in Children of the Corn? What the fuck's going on here?
I mean, yeah, Koresh was sleeping with teenage girls who were under the age of 18, but he also had the approval of the parents, which in the state of Texas, it's not against the law. That's why the cops couldn't do anything. I mean, it's not right, but it's not against the law in the state of Texas if you have the approval by the parents, which he did. Because his wife, well, one of his like 3 wives or however many wives, I don't even know. I don't even want one wife, let alone this dude like had like 10 wives. For real. Like, I don't even want one. Homie had 10 or whatever. But one of his like main wives, he also was hooked up with her sister, who was under the age of 18, but she wasn't like a kid, you know what I mean? She was like 14, 15 years old. It's not right. I would never condone that. But in Texas, if you have the approval of the parents, nothing we can do.
Yeah. Oh, yes, here comes I remember this now. It's all coming back to me now. It's all coming back to me.
So he had one wife. What did he just like have multiple women that he hooked up with and impregnated? Because I know homie had a lot of kids.
I had a teacher in elementary school that kind of looked like David Koresh. Look at these effects, Tony.
It's the 80s.
But it's great. No, like I mean that like it's awesome.
It's cool. It's for the 80s. I mean, this was cool.
It's awesome stuff, man.
Sort of holds up, you know.
Kind of.
The cornstalk bending definitely holds up.
Yeah, it does. Yeah. This does, you know, with the hoses and stuff like that. Like this looks fine. If it didn't have the hard edges, yeah. Kid's going, he's going. Come on, no, kid, no. Here comes the tremor thing again.
Yeah, I was just going to say, this has got like kind of a Tremors vibe here at the end.
Just a little bit, yeah.
Where's Kevin Bacon when you need him? Where's Kevin Bacon's boner?
Where is Kevin Bacon's boner? Now that we've said that, we've put out we put out the bone symbol into the sky for Kevin Bacon's boner. Now he'll show up here in the chat room. The bone symbol has been shot into the sky. That's
Jonathan Ball, what's the name of that documentary? I'd like to watch it. Anything Waco related, I'm always fascinated to watch. The Netflix series. Well, it wasn't a Netflix series, but it's on Netflix. I think it was an A&E series initially that Netflix picked up on. That was fucking really good. That gave you some insights to like what I kind of felt what was going on in there for real versus to what was being told to us.
Yeah. There they are now. Look at that. The entire cornfields have gone up in flames.
Come on, baby, light my cornfield on fire.
Come on, baby, light my cornfield.
Had to add a few words in there to make it go.
Come on, baby, light my cornfield on fire. See, now here is the epic Michael Bay explosions. that he loves, and that Bert here is just look at those effects.
Oh, look at that, like kind of
it's cool amazing
thing, whatever it is.
It literally is animation.
There's a face in there.
It's animation. It's purely animation. That's what we're watching. Yeah, like that's like some early 80s animation.
Because we're getting the fuck out of here. That's
seriously. Now, I wonder what would happen. Like, what you just leave it. Like that fire is going to spread. It's going to cross the road.
Yep.
It's an epic fire.
I wonder if these people went on to ever have corn on the cob.
I don't know. They should make a direct sequel to this movie only. Bring back Linda Hamilton. Bring back Michael Bay, Bert, and just call it, Children of the Corn 2, The Return of the Cob.
Return of the Cob.
That's right. Something like that.
I honestly didn't even know there were sequels to this movie. I had
no idea either.
I'm still shocked by that.
Maybe I knew there were a couple others, but I certainly didn't know there was like 8 or 9 of them or something ridiculous like that. I had no idea. That's right. So here are the kids. I think they do actually kind of just like take the kids. Are they brother and sister, these two kids? They look like they could be. Not in real life. I just mean like their characters. They look like they could be. They look like they could be actually brother and sister too. I'd be getting the fuck out. I wouldn't be taking this time like being jovial and oh, it ain't over, bitch. Ooh, look at that. That's gonna hurt. Oh, he's lucky. I think
so. Frank's counting every time we say corn.
Oh, okay.
That's the numbers.
Okay.
Frank, I can view the message that you delete, buddy. I wanted to make sure it was something legitimately worth deleting. Gotcha.
Okay. How many times we say that word? Corn.
But do you like corn?
Corn.
Corn with a K, the band.
Now, and that's it. There it is. That's the end of the movie right here. Now, how epic would it have been, though, if the end of the movie, actually the lady in the back seat murders Bert, lights a match, the entire car explodes with the children and Linda Hamilton as collateral damage, and that's the end of the movie. Can you imagine?
That would have been epic, because it would have been all about the corn.
That's right. All about the corn. Let's just say corn 500 more times.
I just think you and I should just say corn for the rest of the stream and nothing else.
Folks, that was Children of the Corn, 1984. 1984. That was amazing. I love that movie, and that was fun to watch. I haven't seen it in a little bit. That was fun to watch. Let's go to the chat room now and see what you guys are saying. We can't be too long because Tony and I have to skedaddle early tonight, but we'll spend a little bit of time with you.
A super chat that came in that we
let's see
missed.
What you've got. Let's see here. You may be right. I know I got 2 of them. Let me go over to the.
Do I think Alan Howarth will return for Halloween Ends to score with John Carpenter, Cody Carpenter, and Daniel Day?
No, there were only 2 super chats, and I got them both.
I don't know. Maybe if they ask him to come back, I guess, and if he wants to come back, maybe. I don't know. I don't know. I don't even know what their relationship is like with Carpenter and Howarth these days. I don't know if they're still tight. I don't think that they had a fallout, but I don't know if they're still close.
No. If I knew that Frank was doing that, I would have said, take a shot every time we say corn. Right.
Yeah, I know.
Exactly. Frank would be lying on the ground with his dog eating the barf out of his beard. Good night, everybody!
He'd be dead.
He'd be dead.
He'd be dead. Frank.
He'd be dead. Jeff Harris says, Dave and Tony, do you have a favorite movie car? For me, it's between Christine and the 89 Batmobile. Oh, this is tough, man. I mean, Jesus. Ecto 1, you got the Back to the Future car, of course. You got, oh, man. I mean.
What was the question?
Oh, do we have a favorite movie car?
Movie car. Oh,
yeah.
The 67 Shelby and Gone in 60 Seconds. Eleanor, that's a classic.
Yeah.
Batmobile 89 that you said, that's a classic.
Yep.
Ecto 1, Ghostbusters, that's a
Yep.
classic. Obviously, the DeLorean. I saw a DeLorean, a real DeLorean. It wasn't.
I saw that on your Instagram.
It wasn't revamped to look like Back to the Future. It was just a dude owned a legit DeLorean.
Yeah.
And I was like, man, I have never seen one in person before.
That's funny.
That was really cool to see that the other day. I was
like,
holy shit, it's a fucking DeLorean.
I saw it on Instagram. I thought that was awesome.
I think like those. I think the same hits that everyone would say in regards to the cars. You know.
Yeah. Well, yeah, and you know, if you don't just do movies, you do TV as well. You can include, you know, Kit from Knight Rider, the General Lee from Dukes of Hazzard. Yeah, you can include the Corvette or whatever it is from Magnum PI, A-Team's van. I mean, Jesus, you can include a lot in there, you know, if you do TV as well. There's a lot. There is a lot. Harry Hagen, my man, sends in $4.99. Thanks, buddy. He says mass shootings are the new serial killings. That's actually kind of an astute observation. Surprised that no one really linked the Columbine shootings to the movie Scream. They have similarities. Columbine shootings have similarities to the movie Scream. Oh, I guess when you dive into sort of what not the actual event themselves, but what motive or what the kids were going through and
what the kids were going through, being bullied and
I guess so. I guess I could see a little bit of that. A little bit of that. I don't think that had anything to do with it though. No. Zach Gaxiola says, Dave, depending on what we see in Halloween Kills, is it possible that it can flesh out things that were left underdeveloped in the 2018 film and possibly make the film better for you? I think you've asked this question before, Zach. If you haven't asked it, then I'm pretty sure somebody else did.
I'm almost positive you've answered this a couple of times.
It's entirely possible, for sure. It's entirely possible.
Anything is possible.
Yeah. Will it make it better for me? Well, I don't know, because I don't know what would not make it. That's not necessarily what would not make it good for me. It's a combination of many things. You know, I will be honest with you, and if I like the movie, I will tell you I like the movie. I thought it was great. I'm not one of these people that is tied to, you know, like I have to be a certain way to, you know, how some people out there just. Tony excluded, of course, because Tony, I'm not including Tony in this, but how there are people out there that just rip on Star Wars for the sake of ripping on it. And then like JJ could have, you know, delivered the most incredible film of all time, but because they've built up their, you know, their sort of identity around hating on Disney Star Wars, they can't now go, wow, actually, you know what? That was a really good movie. They can't do that because it's part of, I mean, they have to, even if they want to, they're like, oh, fuck, God damn, that actually really was a good movie. Oh, it was dog shit. It was this, that, because that's what their viewers expect. That's what they're counting on, right? So, but with me, you know me. I mean, if I like it, I'll tell you I like it. I have no qualms.
You hate it.
Yeah, I have no issues saying, you know what, Halloween Kills was fucking awesome. And I have no issues saying, you know what, Halloween Kills was fucking dog shit. You know what I mean?
No,
like I have no allegiance to anything or to anybody.
No, I totally get it, because I get the same. I had to deal with that last week because and I had to follow that up, and I find it amazing. Like when I listed off all of my favorite Nirvana songs, okay, because I did that after we did our show last week. I went in and I went, okay, here's the whole list, and I put Smells Like Teen Spirit on there, and everyone like fucking reamed me for that. And I'm like, well, first of all, they're my favorite band. Secondly, it's a really good song.
Yeah.
Okay, that like fucking blew everybody by storm when it fucking came out in 1991.
Yeah.
I don't jump on this bandwagon of like, well, I like every Nirvana song, but their commercially successful song Smells Like Teen Spirit. Like,
right.
It's just fucking stupid.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And then then you have to sit there and defend yourself why you like it. It's like, no, I fucking like it. I'm not going to be in that group of people like, you know what? Yeah, it fucking sucks.
Yeah. Yeah. It's, and this is not,
and I don't even shit on the Star Wars movies, because
No.
I used to be that person, you know, like if I don't like something, that doesn't give me the right just to sit there and shit on Rian Johnson and, J.J. Abrams for episode 9, because I did enjoy 7. You know, but I'm a big fan of Rogue One. I have said that repeatedly, and I'm not going to be ashamed of it.
No,
I
of
like
course
it
not.
in the new
Mhm.
Disney run of Star Wars
Mhm.
films. But yeah, I get what you're saying. So many
No,
people
I'm
try to play the cool card, like, well,
yeah, I'm talking about. Gee, I look very. I look really washed out. I mean, I'm white anyway, but
I look like an Oompa Loompa
I look.
because this
Well,
fucking
you
camera's
look
dead.
so tanned compared to
It's
me,
the fucking
and
camera.
I am white. I mean, I'm certainly not tan, but I think I can warm myself up a little bit. One second. I think my white balance.
Well, plus I
is
was
a little
outside all
off.
day yesterday for Mother's Day. We had a big thing for so I
Fair
got
enough.
burned.
But hang on a second. Let me see if I can. Yes, I can warm myself up a little bit. Oh wait. Now
By
I'm
the way,
very
happy
blue.
belated Mother's Day to any mothers watching
sorry.
me and Dave
There we
tonight.
go. There we go. That's a little more. That's a little better. That's a little better. I'm a little warmer now. That's more natural of how I actually
Yeah,
look.
well, at least you don't look like an Oompa Loompa.
No,
so.
that's true. What was I going to say? So, no, my issues with that have always been the channels that have built their identity. It's drama channels. That's what I call them. Drama channels.
Everything is like, let me be dramatic.
Oh, but everything is like they glom onto the littlest thing about something that, you know, somebody said in terms of like, it's like, let it go, man. It's over. We know you didn't like it. Okay, you didn't. It's done. Let it go. But they build it. It becomes, as I did a whole video on this. It not only becomes part of their identity, but it also becomes. It becomes very sort of. I don't want to say profitable, but it does. They have an invested interest in hating on something, and drama and hate gets views. I mean, I can tell you right now, my two Tony Moran videos.
Tony McRae.
The first Tony Moran video I did has over 20,000 views. The second one I'm not surprised at all either. The second one I did, which was his apology, is closing in on 20,000.
Not surprised. Now, people like drama.
People like drama. That's just the way it is. Because they love to watch people. They love drama. They just love I don't know if it makes them feel better about their own lives or what. I have no idea. And thankfully I don't do a lot of that on this channel. So I'm free to do one every now and then when it's something really juicy, of course. But there are channels that have built their identity around that. That's all they do, is just every thumbnail you see is them, rolling their eyes, or, somebody said this, so-and-so said this, or this said this, whatever. And it's like,
I don't even watch that shit anymore.
Well, and sometimes the name of their channels have nothing to do with what they talk about anymore. It's like, you'll see some name and you'll go, do you even do this anymore? It's because they realized it gets views. It gets clicks. It's great for AdSense. It's great for, the click through. It is. That's what it is. So they pick out topics, even if it's something mundane. They create the illusion it's bigger than it actually is. And for me, that doesn't feel. The idea of not liking something, I will never question. If so-and-so and so-and-so and so-and-so on these channels say, we sincerely don't like this. Well, okay, that's fine. But when you don't let things go, it becomes, I can't take you seriously anymore. You know what I mean? Like I can't. It's very difficult. There's this groupthink mentality, this confirmation bias, and that people tune in to hear what, I don't know. It's just I've done a whole video on it a couple years ago because I tune out very easily when it becomes very apparent that all this person is talking about the same things all the time, in the same drama all the time.
Yeah,
right. Exactly. And my channel here, I mean, yes, I talk about Halloween a lot, but there's a lot of stuff that you and I do, and a lot of McRae lives that I do that have nothing to do with Halloween. And they don't necessarily, they don't necessarily get the views that maybe Halloween does, but I'm not doing it for views. We're doing it because, hey, I want to talk about, what is, a McRae live I've done. Like when I interviewed,
we've said this many times, like if you and I just did Halloween every week, we would easily have over 5,000 plus views every single week, because we know that's the
100%. But I don't. I
get tired of it. But
yeah, and I don't care about that. I want to talk about what I want to talk about, and there's a lot of episodes that I know are not going to generate a lot of views or a lot of people tuning in live. But that's okay. You don't have to tune in.
Yeah, I'm fine with that.
You know what I mean? It's about I can't do this show justice, or this channel if I'm not interested in what I'm talking about, you know, and that's why it's like, you know, and so if I want to talk about planes, trains, and automobiles on an episode of McRae Live, well, suck it. That's what I'm going to do.
Suck it.
Well, yeah, that's what I'm going to do. And I encourage people to tune in because maybe you'll learn something.
Or maybe you won't.
Or maybe you won't. You won't give a shit. But anyway, we went off on a tangent there. What else is new?
Yeah.
But you are correct. Yeah, you are correct.
Actually, you know what's funny? Yesterday, we brought you up because I was carrying something, and it was the first time I've heard someone else say the line besides you. I was carrying something. I'm like, man, this is heavy. And then my brother busted out, was something wrong with the
Heavy.
like,
heavy. Why is everything so heavy in the future?
Is
there something wrong with the Earth's gravitational pull? I love that line. It's just the way he says it. Heavy. Why is so, excuse me, what did you say? Heavy. Why is everything so heavy in the future? Is there something wrong with the Earth's gravitational pull?
He sounds so sincere when he says it.
Yes, like just perplexed,
It's like, is there something wrong with the Earth's gravitational pull?
Yeah, it's so good. Frank Riker, $5. My man Frank says for the sexy cob gobbling MFers in the chat. Frank, we love you. The Spiral Sky Project sends in $2. Says James Winburn is the true Michael Myers. That's funny. That's the guy that did the stunt off the balcony. Andrew Stevens.
Part 2, right? Or part 1?
Part 1.
No, Dick Warlock did too. That's right.
Part 1.
The ramp 2.
That's right. Yeah, that's right. He's completely parallel with the actual railing of the... Funny. Andrew Stevens sends in $10. Thanks, buddy. And just says, for the channel. Appreciate that. Fast Forwards 289 sends in $4.99. Says, what's up, guys? Nice show and classic movie. Looking forward to It's Me, Billy. Thank you very much, Fast Forwards 289. Really appreciate that. Yeah, it was a fun show tonight. I enjoyed it. I enjoyed watching that movie. DreedMem77 sends in $10 and says, D&T, which movie do you guys like more? Village of the Damned or Children of the Corn? I would say probably Children of the Corn.
Children of the Corn.
Yeah, I think I actually think it's a better movie. But I have to admit, I have a little bit of a guilty pleasure for John Carpenter's Village of the Damned.
Village of the Damned is,
it's not good, but it's not bad. But it's just, I don't know, a little bit of a guilty pleasure.
Watch it one night.
Yeah, it's a little bit of a guilty pleasure, I'll say. Harmon Olson sends in $5. Thank you, Harmon. Says, why did Black Christmas 2019 make its own new crazy route? And why didn't they just use the same formula they used for H18? I would have paid to see that. Well, Harmon, I will give you the likely reason why they did that. The likely reason why they did it is because it was about opportunity. And although I have no concrete evidence of this, I have said it before, I'll quickly say it again. I recall Jason Blum being in hot water months before the announcement of a Black Christmas remake. And Blum, and I don't think he should have been in hot water. I don't think there was anything wrong with what he said at all. I can't remember the quote verbatim, but he was talking about how there are not a lot of a lot of female directors in horror. That is true. There are not a lot of female directors, period, to be honest with you. So that is true. And then he said something, it was something to the effect how he was making a point how, why don't you hire more females or something? And he made the point of, well, there's not a lot of female, directors and blah, blah, blah. And of course the answer wasn't good enough and he got backlash for it or whatever. There was some sort of hot water he was in over that. Okay. But again, I'm paraphrasing.
I'm like, it's not even his fault though.
No.
You know what I mean? Like if you can't force females to want to be horror film directors. No.
And it's not that there aren't any, but I know. I think people read into his statement.
They read into it,
his statement was true, but people read into his statement, the mob read into his statement as like it was too lackadaisical, like it was a lazy thing to say. You know what I mean? It was something like that. Again, I'm paraphrasing. There was something like that. So he was in hot water, and then he made a statement where he was apologizing, and I remember thinking, what the hell are you apologizing? Like, you didn't say it. I get why it's good PR. He's got to do it. His publicist would have said the same thing. But anyway. So fast forward, I don't know how many months later, and there's this announcement that there's a Black Christmas remake produced by Jason Blum of Blumhouse Productions, and it's a all-female cast. The writers are 2 females, and the director is a female. I find that, now, Blumhouse, I don't think, correct me if I'm wrong, but I don't believe, but I could be wrong, but I don't think Blumhouse has done that again. I don't think there's been another horror movie released from Blumhouse with a female director. I could be wrong. And if I am wrong, please put it in the comments section. I acknowledge I could be wrong.
Yeah,
but that,
off the top of my head, I don't know.
Off the top of my head, I don't know. But that being said, I believe that was sort of the catalyst. And I hate to say it, and admittedly, I have no evidence for it. This is just sort of timing, seems coincidental, circumstantial evidence. I think it was, whether it was Black Christmas or something else, I think this was an opportunity to say, hey, see, I hire female directors. You know what I mean? And the movie wasn't just a horror movie directed by a female director. It was a political message with a movie attached to it. It was all about female empowerment and all that kind of stuff. It was and the filmmakers didn't shy away from that. When you watch the interviews with them, even the male producers, they say, yes, this is what we're doing. We are doing this. We are making a statement. That's why it was axed and it was cut down from an R rating to a PG-13 rating, so they could get younger girls into the theater. That wasn't speculation.
And they didn't even do that.
No, but that was that actually came from, I don't know if it came from one of the producers or the studio or something, but that was an actual fact. They actually did that deliberately.
To make it PG-13 to get more girls
right.
into the seat.
Right.
Which it didn't even do that. And then the guys got blamed for it because we're being sexist because we won't go support a movie that looks no interest at all. I'm not going to spend my money on a film that I have absolutely no desire to see. And it's not just Black Christmas. There's tons of movies that come out.
Yeah,
I didn't even spend my money to go see Dr. Sleep. So it's not like, we're just being sexist because it's an all-female cast. No, it's just I had no desire to see
I think the thing is,
it's not appealing.
It's about balance, right? Are there men in this world that are misogynistic, sexist pigs? Yes, there are. Could that be a reason why Bob over here didn't go and support the movie? Yep, that could be the reason why Bob didn't go support the movie, because Bob is a sexist, misogynistic pig. But that's not the reason why all men didn't care to see it. The reason why a lot of horror fans, which a lot are men, didn't care, and I know a lot of women, by the way, that didn't care for the film either, but the reason why myself and Tony and others didn't care for it is because it had nothing to do with Black Christmas.
Right.
It has nothing to do, it just wasn't, it was a completely different reimagining. And that, okay, that's fine. If you want to do that, that's fine. I don't agree with it, so I won't support it. That's fair, right? Has nothing to do with women and lifting women up. And I think that's great. You want to lift, I think that's amazing. Yes. But that, anyway, that's how I feel about that. So that for me, Harmon, again, take it with a grain of salt. I have no objective evidence for it, or say conclusive evidence, but I believe that is the reason why. It was a deliberate, creative choice to make a statement as a form of almost damage control. Now, was that the only reason? No, probably not, but I do think that that was maybe a reason. It seemed very strange, and it came out of nowhere. It was announced in June of 2019, and the movie was released in December. It was very strange. It felt very fast-tracked, very knee-jerk reaction. What are we going to do? Hey, you know what? We just got we just got the rights to Black Christmas. Why don't we just redo it? Why don't we get Sophia Takal and April Wolf to write a script, and we'll just do that. And then it felt very kind of just like, let's just do that, because they haven't done it again. I don't think, but I could be wrong. So, that's why. And unfortunately, the movie wasn't very good. I think there's and to be fair, I think there is a serviceable slasher movie in that Black Christmas film somewhere, but I think it got completely lost in translation. 100%, because it was focusing it was beating you over the head with its not, and this isn't a conspiracy theory, it's not my opinion. They outright said, this is the story we're telling. They beat you over the head with it so much. I think it was a turnoff for a lot of people, and it was a turnoff for a lot of women too. Not all women, but I know some that were like, I don't need to be pandered to like this. I don't need to be coddled like this. I don't need to be, it's condescending. It's, preach it. Just make a good horror movie. That's all we want. And if you want to have a movie movie about women that rise up, fine, there's nothing wrong with that, but it's got to be done organically. It's got to be done, it's got to feel like
it always has,
like it's
in
not
the horror
shoehorned in
genre.
there. That's true too.
You know what I mean?
That's true too. It's a
Women
very
have
good
been
point.
The final girl has been the catalyst of
Yep.
horror films since the beginning.
Yeah,
I mean,
it's
so
true.
this whole thing of
it's a good point.
empowering women, it's like, wait, the genre,
Right.
now the genre I'm talking about has always empowered women.
No,
from
you
day
and
one.
and you are
And
correct.
you didn't have to, and you,
You
didn't
are
have
correct.
to make a big protest about
Yeah.
it. They just did it.
It's true.
And we as fans accepted it.
That's it. That's it.
We have our favorite final girls and shit. Like,
Yeah.
whatever.
No, I agree. 100%. Sweet Tea sends in $10 super chat for the channel, my friends. Be safe too. The tea is sweet tonight.
In Florida.
I gotta have like a little thing for Sweet Tea, so I can just hit the button and it goes, the tea is sweet tonight. I think I have to have that. I have to have that built in. In Florida? Yes.
The great state of Florida.
The great oranges. That's what I think of when I think of Florida. Well, that and Walt Disney World and beaches and Miami and Tampa Bay and Orlando and everything else that's in Florida, I guess. I don't know. Jeb Bush. Ching. Good night, everybody. I'll be here all week. Good night. Don't forget to tip your waitress on the way out. Let's see. A couple more minutes, and then we got to go. It's coming up to 9:15. Colin Murdy says, would love to see you guys watch Southern Comfort by Walter Hill, the Warriors director. Both great films.
Drink some Southern Comfort.
Yeah, maybe.
That'd be a fun show.
Maybe. Wayne Gotke says, I remember Melissa McCarthy saying that if guys didn't like their Ghostbusters movie, then they were male misogynists.
Still never seen it.
I don't
Guess I'm
know.
a misogynist.
Okay, well, Wayne, I'm not saying you're wrong, Wayne. I'm not saying you're wrong. But I would have to look up if she actually said that verbatim.
I thought it was the other chick that said that.
Yeah, I don't recall Melissa
Not
McCarthy
her,
saying
but
that.
I thought it was the other girl who said that.
And and that's not my. It is no secret. I am an unabashed Melissa McCarthy fan. I think she's tremendous. I really do. I think she's exceptionally talented.
She's like hit or miss for me. Like there's some stuff I like her in. There's some stuff I'm like,
well, she's been, and I actually watched her most recent movie, Thunder Force, which again is.
I haven't seen it yet. Don't spoil it.
I won't.
Watch it soon.
It's directed by her husband. She's made about 3 or 4 movies with her husband, Ben Falcone, who also cameos in each one of the films. I think she's got to sort of distance herself from her husband now. I don't think it's doing much for her career, because the movies she's done with her husband are Tammy, Life of the Party, The Boss,
kind of the same shtick.
Thunder Force. Yeah, and some are, but like Tammy was not very good. I thought The Boss actually was quite charming. I thought in terms of the Ben Falcone directed Melissa McCarthy movies, I think The Boss actually is okay. Life of the Party, I was like, there were some moments, but whatever. But Melissa McCarthy's best movies, despite the one that she was nominated for an Academy Award for, which was a drama, which was amazing. Her best movies, her best comedic films are directed, ironically enough, by the guy who did direct Ghostbusters 2016. I have seen it, and I'm going to tell you right now, it's not a bad movie. Now, it's not needed, but if you judge it as a movie, just as a movie, it's entertaining, it's kind of funny, right? If you try to remove your emotional attachment that it's women, Ghostbusters, no, they're trying to put shove it, just remove that. I watched it, and I thought, it's not a bad movie. It's entertaining. I thought it was all right. And I mean that. I thought it was all right. But if you look at the movies that she's excelled in, like Spy or The Heat with Sandra Bullock, I thought was hilarious. Those 2 movies were directed by Paul Feig. And they're just better movies. They're better comedies. I think Melissa McCarthy needs to distance herself from her husband. I thought Thunder Force was, again, kind of like how I felt about The Boss. I thought it was okay. I didn't think it was near, like, there are people out there saying, oh my God, it's the worst piece of shit I've ever, and I'm like, no. These are people that are just hate Melissa McCarthy. So any opportunity they can hate on Melissa McCarthy, now that's a blanket statement. That's not necessarily true, but it feels like Melissa McCarthy is always behind the 8 ball, and that no matter what she does, people are like, fuck Melissa McCarthy. So it doesn't matter what she does. I thought Thunder Force was okay. It was all right. It killed, an hour and a half. There were some funny moments. It's not a terrible movie, but she's got to get away from her husband. I hate to say that as a director. I just don't think he makes great movies. And I think it's hurting her career a little bit because she's talented and she's fucking funny. And when she's with the right director and the right script, like Spy or The Heat, it's fucking great. It's fucking great. Anyways, that's my Melissa McCarthy rant.
She's good. I mean, there's some like, if they ever were to do like a Misery type movie,
she'd be a great Kathy Bates.
I was gonna say she'd be a really good Kathy Bates type character.
She would be, and she's a great dramatic actress, as a lot of comedians tend to be as well when they move over to
we
drama.
Need to do Misery one night.
Yeah, I did it on a Saturday movie night. We got to do it. We got to do it for sure. Fast Forwards 289 sends in 999 says, D&T, y'all should check out The Dark Knight of the Scarecrow, 1981. It's a low-budget horror film.
Really great movie.
Pretty good. It has the old school slow burn theater of the mind style. I've never seen it. I'm going to have to check it out. You've seen it?
Oh, absolutely. God,
amazing.
That's, I'm drawing a blank on the guy's name. He's in The Karate Kid for like a tenth of a second. He's in The Karate Kid longer than Tony Moran is in Halloween, though. The guy who plays the Scarecrow in that movie, I should say. He's also, I think, in Darkman, if I'm not mistaken. I'm drawing a blank on that dude's name. Anybody know that guy's name?
I don't know.
Fuck, I gotta look it up now. This is gonna piss me off.
Go look it up now.
Yeah, Dark Knight the Scarecrow. It's such a good movie. It's a classic 80s horror film.
Yeah.
Larry Drake. Larry Drake, who's the Scarecrow. Yeah, he was in Darkman. I was right. And I know he has a brief moment in The Karate Kid. Yeah. Cool. He's a Scarecrow type character. You've never seen Dark Knight of the Scarecrow?
I've never seen Dark Knight of the Scarecrow.
Check it out one night. Okay. It's an interesting early 80s horror flick.
Okay.
I think you might like it. It has if you watch it for all the right reasons, meaning like nostalgia, 80s, old school, just that can't.
What's it called again? Dark Knight of the Scarecrow?
Dark Knight of the Scarecrow. Good. It's a good flick.
I heard it here. I just brought it up.
Yeah.
Ooh, I like the poster.
Yeah, the poster's really cool. Ooh. Character's good too.
Let me just read this here. This is from Wikipedia. Here we go. Dark Knight of the Scarecrow is a 1981 American-made-for-television horror film directed by veteran novelist Frank Fellida?
Frank Riker directed.
Frank Riker, author of Audrey Rose. Ooh. What's it about? Where's IMDb? Hang on.
You want to be spoiled? Why don't you just watch the movie?
No, I want to be spoiled. In a small okay. Oh, I like that tagline. In a small southern town, a wrongfully killed man exacts revenge from beyond the grave on those.
It's kind of a vengeance type movie.
Obviously, I'm being really melodramatic. That's
you're going into your drama voice.
That's not how I would do the voiceover if I was. It's not how I'd be. Unless I was directed to do it.
You should do that one day and present it to a client.
Oh my God. Well, it all comes down to how they want you. I can tell you, having done many movie trailers in my life, that's not usually the direction that is given.
You could probably get away with it if you were doing a porn trailer.
Oh, yes.
Oh, shit.
That'd be funny. Sean Sheridan sends in €2. Thanks, buddy. Most underrated film you've ever seen. All right. Well, I'm going to have to check this out, man. I'm going to check it out. I love the poster. The tagline is, oh no, it's not a tagline. It's a quote from Vincent Price. Marvelous. I was terrified.
Marvelous.
Okay. Well, I'm going to have to check this out.
I think you will like it.
Okay, cool. All righty. Very cool indeed. Very cool indeed. Where are you guys? I got to just do this. All right, there we go. Hey.
Most underrated film you have seen.
What? There's a super
chat from Sean Sheridan.
Sean Sheridan sent a super chat? Oh, he did say that. Most underrated film you have ever seen. Oh, I thought, are you asking a question? What is the most underrated film? I read that. I thought he was saying that The Dark Knight of the Scarecrow was the most underrated film you've ever seen. But maybe he's asking a question. I get it now. Most underrated film I've ever seen?
For Dave McRae, what would you consider your most underrated film that you enjoy?
I don't know.
Mr. McRae.
I don't know. I don't think about these things. So when I'm asked, I'm like, I don't know.
Yeah,
I've got to think about it.
I don't know. Like, I don't know. Like, well, how is a film underrated? Who's it determined by? You know what I mean? Like, are we talking underrated because of Rotten Tomatoes that I can care too less about? Like, I don't care.
I think it's more of like the general. What's a movie that maybe most people don't like or don't, that you love? Maybe something like that. You know what I mean? Maybe you feel that the general consensus is wrong.
I liked Blair Witch, the 2016 Blair Witch. I know that's not generally a fan favorite. I thought it was well done. I thought it was a nice pickup from the original.
Yeah.
Yeah, see, it's like, what are we weighing this on? Like, because there's so many variables to that. Like,
there's so many variables
by reviews or by the general public?
It's true. Yeah, there's a lot of variables. It's very true.
Hey, you know what I just watched too? We should watch it one night on here. Is Disturbia with Shia LaBeouf.
Yes, Disturbia. I agree.
It was on sale for like $4.99 on iTunes. And I'm like, hey, I'm gonna buy this. This is a good movie.
Disturbia is good. Disturbia is good.
Take away his Transformers run, and he's actually a pretty good actor.
Oh, he's a great actor. He's just a dick.
I'm not a fan of his. Yeah, well, whatever.
He's a fucking cock.
We're all dicks at times.
Yeah, well, yeah, but he's a little bit.
He's got some chops. I mean, take away the fucking Transformers bullshit.
Yep, he does. Yep, for sure.
Chats?
Yeah, I did. Last one. Kingslayer says, Dave and Tony, do you think Jason Takes Manhattan gets too much hate or should be seen as a guilty pleasure? I think it's absolute dog shit. Good night, everybody. That's gonna
you like.
No, I think it's garbage. I don't like the movie at all. But if you like it, that's all that matters. That's gonna do it for Tony and I.
Dave is a big Jason.
It's true. It's totally true. Tony's right. That's going to do it for us here on episode 111 of Two Dudes and Some Bullshit. Thank you to our moderators, Frank Riker, Tabitha Shore, Darren Sands, Chris Baber, for doing what you guys do. Thank you for the super chats that came in today, the non-super chat questions that came in today. You guys are amazing. Children of the Corn, 1984. What did you think? Comment below and let us know in the comment section below what you guys thought of it. Tony, any last things you want to say?
I'm ready to go to bed.
You're ready to go to, yeah, dude. Yeah, you've got to hit the sack. Hit the sack, as my father would say. Dave, hit the sack. That's what he'd say.
Yes, sir.
All righty, folks. Have a great night. We'll talk to you soon. Cheers.